said that we broke up. I'm tired of you. I'm tired of this nonsense. Now, you know what? Just get tired of you. Like, get out. Get out. You ain't that white baby.
Well, I heard even that we died. So what am I supposed to do with this baby all by myself? It's good for nothing.
If that ain't enough, you know what I even heard? I even heard we got abduct taped by aliens. We're back, and that's all that matters. And you know what? The only reason we've been gone for so long is because we've been scheming. Oh, y'all!
Welcome to the Bomb Show.
Hey.
I'm Wendy.
Jason.
And this is Liliana, the new addition to the family. Most of the reason why you've been away for a little while. She's a little excited. Yeah, not only did we have her, but we also moved our residence and business. So we are glad to be back and glad to have you watching, whether you're an old follower or somebody new. And for our return, we're doing a
big fat ass jumbo return. So, like Wendy said, you know, we had to be away for a little while, mostly focusing on this little thing right here. Had to get everything going and make sure everything was good and right. And look at this guy. Simon's in the house. But anyway, yeah, so we just wanted to, you know, it's good to be here. It's good to be back. It's good to be back, and we want to show you some of the new things that we've acquired and new stuff we're into. And since it's a big fat ass jumbo return, we're going to talk about big jumbo toys.
And we are going to start with some Jakks Pacific.
Jakks Pacific, I'll tell you right now, these bad boys right here, look out Simon, these bad boys right here have got me going bananas. I'm falling in love with these guys. I'm collecting them like crazy. And for me, these are just like, for the money, these are like the ultimate cool things right now. These are basically, to me, like what Gentle Giant did with the vintage figures, but better. They have better detail. They have the same articulation, just old school 5-point articulation, whatever, 6-point, depending on the waist or not. And they're just super jumbo, vinyl, posable figures that are, and they're doing them now for new Star Wars films, old Star Wars films. They're licensing them to all different kinds of things. Like we've gotten recently the Zelda stuff and Mario and Minions, but these are just awesome figures, and they are so dirt cheap. These are like, you can get 3 of these, 4 of them for what you get one 12-inch Gentle Giant jumbo figure for. So these are just superb. I love these. They're very simple and they just feel like toys. The packaging is, there's barely any packaging there. I mean, you don't even really have to take these out of the package to actually, you know, really get a hold of the toy, and they're just awesome. So we've been collecting these like crazy. I'm in love with those. We got a bunch of them, but we missed a bunch. I didn't really think they were going to take that line that far, so I didn't collect them until later on. But then they're making these 31-inch, which these are just phenomenal too. Same deal, jumbo, barely posable figures, but the detail is nice. They look good, and they're so cheap. These are $35, $30, depending on $40, depending on where you get them from, if they're on sale or not. And they haven't made too many of these, but I missed a couple of these too. But I'm trying to pick up all of these. I've really fallen in love with all this Jakks Pacific stuff. They're making a 31-inch Master Chief. Can't wait for that. These are just cool figures, man. Look at this. How are you gonna beat that for the money? And some of them, like, we had the old version of this. Now we got the new one because this one actually has electronics in it. Simon's probably gonna go berserk. All right, calm down. But yeah, this one. These are. It's not James Earl Jones' real voice, but it's a 31-inch electronic talking Darth Vader for $35 with a switch-out hand with a lightsaber. This thing is ridiculous. It's so freaking cool. I love these things. And they went and they even produced these freaking unbelievable.
Where are you gonna put that?
Right here. They've even produced these unbelievable behemoth 4-foot tall figures for as low. We've seen them as low as what, $80 on sale. $80. Electronic with motion sensors, posable.
We're taking you into custody.
This is unbelievable. If I saw this when I was a kid in the store, I'd probably have a freaking seizure in the store. I would just. They'd have to take me to the bathroom and flip my underwears upside down and bring me back to buy it. Because these things are ridiculous. And they made this guy, and they made the freaking Darth Vader. Now, the 31-inch,
Simon.
the 31-inch and these jumbo 4-foot deals, they're not scaled. So they're all either 31-inch or 4 feet tall. Which doesn't matter too much, man, because this is just, look at this figure, man. And he's got a motion detector and sound effects. He's motion sensitive, he's motion sensitive and sound effects, so you walk by him, he makes noises. This one's, where's it? How do you turn it on? I don't know. Somewhere. All this needs for me is to put some LEDs in his components and in his lightsaber, and this is for $100 at most you're paying for this guy.
Well, for now.
Ridiculous. Yeah, these are absolutely.
Until they sell out, because people are already selling them.
And the thing is, when I talk to people about these, like people I know that collect high-end stuff, they don't take me seriously. And for me, these are like, this is what it's all about, man. Real cool, cheap toys. I don't have to have the most 100% film accurate rendition of Darth Vader. If I have a big giant Darth Vader that talks and makes noise, that's cool as hell to me. But anyway, let's move on to some other stuff.
Alright, next we're going to talk about a Fisher Price item, an Imaginext Power Rangers
Pick that thing
Megazord.
up. Put it on your lap. How is that? There you go. Look at that thing. When I saw this thing, where were we, Toys R Us or something? I'm a big Power Rangers fan, and I thought of Liliana, and I thought of that, and me and her, and having a great time watching Power Rangers, playing with that. And for the price, another ginormous jumbo, really good price, very well priced toy. We got all the little Ranger figures to go with it and stuff. And it's just an awesome toy. Hopefully Liliana likes Power Rangers. Yeah, it'd be a great deal. It's an awesome toy. It's got it's electronics. It's got some functions.
To when you put the figures on and turn it. And it's from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Probably cut it all off the screen. Should have put it in the middle.
Old classic Power Rangers.
Yep, original Mighty Morphin. Big time. One of my favorites of the Power Ranger series. Dino Thunder was one of my favorites too. Mighty Morphin was awesome. Really like that. We also got, so it's something on the more grown-up kid scale. This thing right here. Woo. Oh, haven't opened it. Nothing yet. I'm waiting to watch the movie before I open any of my Force Awakens collectibles, which we've been going crazy with the Force Awakens, from 3 3/4 inch to Black Series to Disney Store diecast to, man, Hot Toys, all that stuff. Can't wait. This is going to definitely be on the. I'm gonna have to do a pimp custom on this for real, and that gives me the excuse to take the Heroes X-Wing fighter, the Rebels Hero X-Wing fighter, which is jumbo scaled like this, and do a really cool custom on both of these. But this is another piece. We got this on a real good deal. It wasn't even Black Friday, but it was
the day before Black Friday.
It was like Puerto Rican Thursday, and we got a great deal with some discounts and what else?
No,
Just did. I don't know how the hell we did it, but we got it for way under
we got
retail.
it at Target, and they had some special 20% off text code coupon thing. And we got a little because the box wasn't in perfect shape.
But we couldn't find any with nice boxes. All the boxes for these things, they're just too big and beat up.
Some stress creases on
But
it.
I think this is going to be a monster piece in the future too. I doubt if they made that many of these.
And if you find it, make sure the guy is in there, because it is
People are swiping them.
very common for somebody to open it up and steal the figure out of there. So make sure you don't get hurt.
Now there's two special pieces, one of the high-end scale and one of the not so high-end scale that we're going to talk about, because these two are some of our... What's wrong?
High-end scale, like that's a scale. But...
Well, high-end on the Richter scale.
Okay.
Richter scale of butterness. Hold on, let me grab these two pieces. These are ridiculous.
All right. So here we have a NECA item, the quarter scale Christopher Reeve Superman. It is really, really nice. The fabric cape has a nice emblem on it. The detailing on the costume is nice. Obviously, it's not all fabric, but it does give nice texturing like fabric. It has nice articulation, surprisingly nicer than you might expect. Hidden, inside rubber overlay joints. You probably can talk more about that.
Let me tell you something. Hold on. This figure right here is, in my opinion, easily the best thing I've ever purchased made by NECA. I'm really starting to like NECA stuff. They're doing a lot of real cool stuff with I think it really started to attract me from their quarter scale Pacific Rim figures. Those were really well made. I love the electronic, big, bulky, heavy. You feel like you're getting every single penny's worth with those figures. This guy right here, man, I'll tell you right now, he might not have the best paint job, he might not have the best materials used, it might not, but man, I am blown away by how cool this figure is. I don't think I could spend the equivalent amount of money on anything Superman related that I would like anywhere near as much as this. This is a super, super, super well done figure in my opinion. The likeness I think is exceptionally well done. I love how well hidden all of the joints are, and every joint on this guy is super, super, super good. I mean, there's nothing like, they didn't put any redundant, bad, weird articulation points that, that make him look all weird and just unnatural when you pose it. Everything, it makes perfect sense. The only thing I would have added, and it would have made it just over the edge, because it's already way beyond what I would have expected, would have been a joint in the base of the neck to give his head a little more motion, up and down motion. Side to side is fine, he can turn his head or whatever. But really, that's nitpicking like big time. They just did a superb job with this guy. I think this is. I got to take my hat off to NECA for this one, because I never thought that this would be this cool. We have a bunch of the NECA quarter scale stuff too. The Joker.
This one does seem
Batman.
to be a little bit a cut above some.
This one seems way nicer to me, and yeah, I'm probably a little partial to Christopher Reeve. I'm not so much of a Batman fan, but even their like Arkham Asylum Batman stuff that we have, the quarter scale, that stuff is really nice. But this just, I don't know. This one is super, super, super. Just, they did it perfectly, man. They didn't mess anything up on this guy, and they did a lot better than I thought they would with just about everything. So this one gets a big, big double thumbs up for me, man. This one is superb. The last thing I'm going to show is another giant piece that I'm in love with right now is the 3A Ed 209.
Technically 3-0.
3-0, I'm sorry, is it 3-0? Yeah, 3-0, 3A, 3B, CXYZ, whatever. This is a badass Ed 209 figure. Now, when I went to when I saw RoboCop the remake, I was expecting a movie that I would hate, and it was a piece of crap because I'm the biggest RoboCop fan you could ever think of. That is like my movie. But the movie, it was all right. It was cool. It was, I wasn't pissed off after I saw it. It was all right. I wasn't particularly crazy about the art direction, the design of how everything looked, but it was all right. It was cool. It wasn't bad. I didn't like when they turned RoboCop into like Snake Eyes / Iron Man, whatever, when he went all dark. I didn't like that. But other than that, it was pretty cool. And I never expected anyone to make this figure because this guy is big, man. This guy is a lot bigger than the original Ed 209. Like if you compare the Hot Toys Ed 209 with this is a good amount bigger. It is a very heavy figure. It's got some really low profile areas, particularly in the arm areas. Like these arm joints they're pretty small considering the bulk of his forearms and the bulk of his head and his torso and everything. So it's very top heavy, but with the right little patience and balancing his toes and ankle joints and all, because it's super articulated too. It's got tons of articulation everywhere from the joints, down to the fingers, the toes, to the ankles, to the reverse knees. Triple jointed, I think, at the hips. It's got multiple joints in the arms, and the head swivels. Super jointed. It's got a lot of moving flaps. Yeah, that's Liliana going crazy. A lot of moving flaps, opening hinges, the LEDs. They did a beautiful job with this. Yeah, he's even got some lights on the back. But they did it. They did a really ThreeZero, 38, Ashley Wood. They did a beautiful job with this figure, and I'm really looking forward to the RoboCop now. Because when I saw this figure advertised, I was like, oh, cool, but they're gonna undersize it. But they did this bad boy in 6 scale, and I'll have to do a video showing a comparison with this with the other Ed 209. This is another one that I really wanted to point out of something awesome and new that we got as far as just jumbo, big, huge freaking toys. So, but that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed some of the stuff we had to show, and we're going to get into some really in-depth reviews as usual with our Elite showcases, and we got a lot of cool stuff planned and a lot of fun to look forward to. So,
hopefully you had some nice Thanksgiving time.
Yeah, and, absolutely. And happy holidays to everyone, although we'll be back before the holidays, so don't you worry about that. Yeah, peace and love to everyone. Thanks for checking out our stuff, and we hope to share some new and cool stuff with you guys very soon. Peace.